Welcome back to the Pen and Inkwell. So today I'm going to be looking at and review the second pen under the new banner of working really with my two colleagues, Scribble Monbodo and with Ian Headley at Pens, Paper, Pencils. And today we're looking at a really affordable pen, one that was sent to us by the Penshop to look at. And this is a small pen. It's a pen that you wouldn't have to worry about if you lost it necessarily. It's a pen that's good to look at if you just want to see about sort of trying to get into fountain pens and not really sure whether you want to spend too much money but still want a cartridge pen that I suppose is also, you know, good quality really from a manufacturer. So this we're going to look at in more detail shortly. This comes in different colours. I was sent the blue, but this is the Dex and it's by Kingsley. Again, as I said, sent to us by the Penshop, and it just comes in the one nib size, just comes in the medium nib, but we'll have a look at it a little closer now and I'll let you know what I think about it very soon. Okay, so welcome back. So as I said, we're going to look at a new pen now. We're going to look at a really very inexpensive pen as far as fountain pens go, and this one was sent to us by the Penshop. There are branches of the Penshop across the UK. I've got one locally to me now in Cardiff, but this is a pen manufactured, if you can just see closer here, just written across here, it's called a Dex by Kingsley, as I said, available at the Penshop, and these retail at £10. They're available in blue, red, pink and lilac from what I've seen. So as you can see now, obviously this is the blue one that's been kindly sent to us to have a look at, and I'm going to go through it and show you around. So if you're really thinking about getting into it, I'd say that this is an ideal starter fountain pen. If you're looking maybe for something for school, for students maybe, or for your son or daughter to use in school, something that you want to see whether fountain pens are maybe for you, something to put in your bag, something to put inside a pencil case that isn't going to be beaten up, then this is worth having a look at. So it's called a Dex, and I'd say it's what they sort of, you know, it's transparent, see right the way through it, and it's just got the blue accents on the cap and at the end here. So let's have a look at it closer. The clip is really strong actually. You could put this over a shirt pocket or a jeans pocket and it would stay there. You could put it on your bag and it would stay still. If we take the cap off here, I'll give you some measurements actually before I do that. This is a light pen. This is just 12 grams in weight with the cap on. It's 8 grams without the cap. Lengthwise, we're looking at 120 millimeters with the cap closed, just like this. Sorry, I'll get this back into focus. And then we're looking at 114 millimeters without the cap, and then 155 millimeters if you post it. So it is postable. It posts quite nice actually and creates a fairly nice size pen there, as you can see if you post it. I don't usually like to post pens, but this one I have written with as a posted pen. It is actually possible to write with it without it being posted. It doesn't feel too short with it being posted because it is a very light pen, so it's very well balanced in weight, and the cap on it doesn't make it too top heavy either. So we'll have a look at it now. So we've got right at the end here, sorry I'm not used to getting these cameras angles sort of in focus properly yet. So it's blue here at the end, and as I said, it's tapered in so that cap fits on there perfectly. The barrel screws off here to fit standard international size cartridges. This is just the cartridge that came as standard with it. Just a standard blue ink cartridge. You'll see that closer now when I do the writing sample shortly, and this just twists back on very simply. The grip section here, I don't know if you can see, it's like a rubber actually. It's sort of like a texturized rubber. You can see that it's got this slight piece taking out of it here to give you a bit of a guide as to where your fingers should go and rest properly. A little bit like the Lamy pens has actually, but not quite as obvious and pronounced as those. So if I'll get you closer to this nib before it sort of loses focus too much. There we are, that's not, but as you can see there, it's an iridium point, it's a medium nib. They only come in mediums, these pens, from what I've seen. But I think, as you know, if you're looking at a starter pen, then people tend to go for a medium-sized pen. It's not my nib of choice, I have to say, but as a standard starter pen for a child or a student to use to take notes or to put in your bag so you've got one handy, it's a stainless steel medium point nib, and not a bad one, as we'll see now as we have a look through it. So as we've got you sort of close up, we'll have a look. You can see these grip sections now that I was talking about on here, these textured grip sections. I like them. I like the feel of holding it there. And then fairly simple see-through plastic barrel then. The cap, as I said, a good clip on there, and then it claps from there. And let's see if we can get that back into focus there. It's got Dex written across there, and then it's just got this little white band right around the edge here, and topped off, just plain at the top, but with the matching blue to go along with it. And then just written here, it says Germany. So this pen was manufactured in Germany. It clicks quite nicely and securely well together, so I think it's, I wouldn't feel that the cap would come off in a bag. It's a secure pen. What are my thoughts on it completely? I'll get round to a writing sample in a moment. For £10, it's a nice pen. You can't sort of really go wrong for that price mark. I would have preferred a few options in other size nibs, really. As I said, I prefer to write with a finer nib, but it's not too broad a medium nib. It's a pretty standard medium nib. Well, I'm sort of thinking, I'm just looking down at my notes here and sort of looking at something that I wrote with it, and it is a very standard medium-sized nib. But other than that, if you like a medium-sized nib, you're looking for a small pen, it's definitely worth taking a look at. It takes international cartridges, so you've got a variety of, got a complete access to different inks that you could use in that. It's straightforward, it's simple, and I think, for £10, if you lost it, you wouldn't be, I wouldn't be heartbroken about it. I have pens that are, dearer than that, much dearer than that. But this is probably the cheapest pen now that I have in my collection. And since I've had it, I have to say I have had it in my pencil case, and it has been coming out on rotation with me, and I have been using it, which does say something for me, really, considering that I'm not a fan of medium nib pens, but I have been using it, and it does write nicely. So we'll have a look now at doing a writing sample. But if you've got any more questions, please leave a question below or a comment below. I'll do my best to get back to you. Head over now to as well and have a look at our new website, the United Inktum. It's unitedinktum.uk. We've only got the one review on there now. This one will be our second, but we're really hoping to get some more and more on there now, and really build up this site and get some visitors to there. And if there's something that you would like us to have a look at, then please sort of let us know. We'll have a look at that. But in the meantime, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll be back with you shortly. So here's a writing sample. So this is the Dex pen by Kingsley, and this came from the Penshop. Say available online or within stores. Just see if I can move that a little bit closer, so you can see this a little closer in. Is that better? So this is a medium nib pen, and this is a standard blue ink. I couldn't tell you which one it is, just came with the pen. But as blues go, it's a very standard blue ink. Sort of I liken it a little bit to sort of waterman blue, probably. It's a very smooth nib. I haven't had any skipping whatsoever with it. It's very, very smooth to write with, very easy to write with. I wouldn't describe it as a wet or a dry nib actually. It's not particularly wet, it's not particularly dry. It has a little bit, but obviously that was just a couple of seconds. But other than that, there is a bit of give, a bit of flex in this nib. If you can see that. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer, see if you can see. You can see that there is, you put some pressure on this nib and it does flex a little bit by comparison. You could use the back of the pen if you wanted to. Some people do. I've never done that. It doesn't particularly work that well, but there is some line variation if you put a bit of weight on that. So as I said, if there's any comments you've got about this, and just zoom back out so you can see this properly, any comments you've got that you want me to answer about this pen, or if you've got any requests for anything else that you'd like me to look at on my channel, then please do leave a comment below. Head over onto my website to have a look and check out my old reviews from last year as well. There's going to be a few more coming up now shortly. I've also got a giveaway coming up, so have a look at that. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back with you soon.